Thinking about moving to Shawnee, Kansas? Well, imagine a popular public lake nearby with shelters, picnic areas, and even an outside theater. A fantastic school district and a charming suburb where so many options of entertainment for your family are going to give you, and this wide range of housing as well. So let's just say that everything is in arm's reach in the city of Shawnee. Wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whether it's recreation or eating out, Shawnee is a great place because you literally never have to leave this area if you didn't want to. But the real question is Shawnee a right fit for you as you build your legacy in 2025? Well, in this video, I'm going to be giving you the top reasons why you'll love Shawnee, Kansas. And by the end of this video, you're going to be discovering some of the activities that you can do, the convenience of this city and the location in circumference to the Kansas City area, coupled with a lifestyle that helps build your legacy with your family, as well as I'm going to be giving you some real estate options. Now, make sure that you stick around to the very end to discover all that this charming city of Shawnee, Kansas has to offer, including a few gems that you might not have known about before. And in case you've never met before, my name is Anita Cordell, and I create videos about what it's really like to live, work, and play right here in the Kansas City metropolitan area. And as a local real estate agent, I have helped hundreds of people find their roots right here in Kansas City. And I can tell you that settling in Kansas City and in the area might be one of the best decisions that you will ever make. Now, my husband grew up in Kansas City, but for me, I'm a pastor's kid, and we moved around multiple times growing up. And when we were finally ready to settle down, we settled down in an area called Leavenworth, Kansas, which is outside of the Kansas City area. And we moved around a little bit during that season, even during high school, where we helped with a church down in Texas. But we came back, and I've lived in the area for most of my life, shy of about a year, where I was a flight attendant, yes. But we planted our roots and I began to build a family, and Kansas City has been an amazing city, and it's been one of the best decisions that we've ever made. Now, I know that moving is a huge decision and you'll have a lot of questions. So let's dive into why you're going to love Shawnee, Kansas, whether it's a week or in a year. Our first step is to meet and talk about your real estate goals. So go ahead and click on the calendar link in the description below and set up an appointment so that we can formulate a plan to reach your goals. Now, full disclosure, I know that I have mentioned in past videos how that when my husband and I first got married, we moved and lived in a town called Overland Park. And that was a fun experience. But full disclosure, our very first house that we purchased was in Shawnee, Kansas. So I have a very special love for this city, and I have a very special love for some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. So grab your notebook, cozy on up to your couch, and watch me on your big screen as we chat together about Shawnee, Kansas. Shawnee is not just another suburb. It's this vibrant community with a kind of sparse suburban feel. And to be honest with you, most of the residents own their home, which is really nice. About 74% of all of the residents own their home. Shawnee is located just a short drive from downtown Kansas City, and it offers this perfect blend of convenience and charm. It's got really neat things about it, like top-rated schools, tons of beautiful parks. It's got a bustling downtown, and Shawnee has literally something for everyone. So with a population of about 68,175, it's one of those cities that, in my opinion, it's like a perfect size for so many people. And according to niche.com, it is one of the best places to live in Kansas, giving it an overall niche score of, drumroll, A+. Many families and young professionals live here where there's top-rated schools, and you can see why niche.com gave it an A+ grade. Shawnee is on the northwest corner of Johnson County, And it is such a great affordable city. If somebody is wanting to move to Kansas City and they wanted to live on the Kansas side and wanted to be in Johnson County, Shawnee is a great place to consider. Now, Shawnee is in such a convenient location. It's near key highways like 435 and I-35 and even K7. And not only that, but I have to discuss about Shawnee Mission Parkway. So Shawnee Mission Parkway is how people get to so many different locations. And so having these major highways and big streets around Shawnee make this location very convenient, and it makes traveling around the city also very convenient. Now, talking about Highway 35, it makes it super easy to get to the airport. So if you are one of those young travelers who travel a lot, it makes it very convenient, especially if you go to the airport quite frequently. Another thing to note about 435 is that when you're traveling to the airport, the traffic is not all that bad. You don't have to go downtown. You don't have to worry about going very far. Just hopping on to 435 and it takes you straight to the airport. It's so convenient. Also, if you work in Overland Park or the surrounding cities or even downtown, then Shawnee is close to I-35, which takes you down to downtown, and 435 also takes you around to Overland Park and some other locations. Especially if you work at Corporate Woods, your commute is going to be fairly easy, and in my opinion, one of the best locations for ease of getting around this city, especially if you travel and you work in Johnson County. But the reality of it is, unless you need to travel outside of Shawnee for work, or if you're going to do something fun, you know, whether it's to Worlds of Fun or to some other fun location for a special event or going to visit family members or whatever, this town has so much to offer, you might not even ever have to go anywhere, ever. So let's dive into some of the things that Shawnee has to offer for you, your family, your kids, your friends, your loved ones, and everybody else around you. So we're going to start on the western side of Shawnee, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that are on that western side that are great for family entertainment or for your kids to do. And then we're going to move into the eastern side of Shawnee. For starters, on the western side of Shawnee is a super popular place for all ages. It's called the Shawnee Mission Beach Volleyball Club, where you can actually participate in action-packed weekend volleyball tournaments at any skill level. You can also have a beachside oasis with food and drinks at the Beach Bar and Grill, and it's like right on the sand. And you can have burgers and salad and appetizers and just have a really fun time, almost as if you are on the beach. And then right next to the volleyball court is our very own Kansas City Ice Center. And it's got multiple opportunities for you to attend events. You can take ice skating lessons, and you can just go there and have a fun time of hanging out with friends. Now, I'll be honest with you, as many of you know, I homeschooled for 10 years. We took ice skating lessons, or not me, but my kids took ice skating lessons at this location. I'll tell you, it was so fun to see them taking ice skating lessons and to use that as some of their activities to get out of the house and to meet friends and what have you. It was just such a fun time. But that whole area over there in Western Shawnee isn't just about volleyball and ice skating. Right across the street, you have what's called the Mid-America Sports Complex. It's this big complex. It includes baseball on one side of Johnson Drive, and then on the other side, there's softball fields, which we've played at both of those. And also, too, on the north side of the softball fields, there's another part of that complex. It's called Oaken Fieldhouse. And inside Oaken Fieldhouse is indoor volleyball as well as basketball courts. So that whole area is full of sports-related activities for your kids. Volleyball, ice skating, baseball, softball, indoor volleyball, basketball, and wait a second, there's one sport that I need to mention. Soccer. Okay. Soccer is so big here in Kansas City. In fact, a city that is really close to here, which I've mentioned in other parts of this YouTube channel, is Overland Park. And Overland Park is actually named the soccer capital of America. But let's say this. we have soccer in Shawnee, and a lot of people come to Shawnee to play at Stump Park. Stump Park is 59 acres of pure soccer joy. And there's also a playground, there's a walking trail, and I think there's about 7 or 8 different soccer fields. And Stump Park is used for just a lot of soccer games with the summer rec leagues as well as tournaments. And not only that, but my kids played at that soccer field as well. So we were there in this area, this whole complex, for so many years. And it's such a great place and so convenient, especially if you live on the western side of Shawnee. If that wasn't enough, just a few blocks away is what we call Clear Creek Trails. This trail is 3.4 miles and it's paved the whole way. There's beauty and nature. It's just perfect for walking and jogging and bike riding and running. And then it feeds into Gamblin Park. And then not only that, but there's Mill Creek Activity Center in this area as well. It's a fully equipped fitness center that offers fitness programs for all ages, and that includes preschoolers and seniors. And then there's a walking trail inside, there's weights, there's fitness classes, gymnastics equipment, there's a party space and a meeting room. Whew. And then if you wanted to take your fitness to the next level, you can hire one of their trainers to help you get there. Whew. So that's a lot in Western Shawnee. That whole entire area is jam-packed full of activities, sports-related things, sports-related places, and so you will not be bored if you even just go and experience a park-like setting or go and take a walk. But it's fantastic and such a fantastic place to live in this area. But if you are not into sports and yet you are into equine lifestyle, well, you have to check out Twin Mill Farm. It is a horse boarding facility with 60 acres of wooded trails on the property with direct access to Shawnee Mission Park and the trail system there, which I'm going to talk about here in a little bit, but I just wanted to shout out to this horse boarding farm. Now, if you've got a golfer in your family, we've got even several golfers that are in that western part of Shawnee. You've got Shawnee Golf and Country Club, and then the Tomahawk Hills Golf Course. And the Tomahawk Hills Golf Course is ranked one of the most challenging public golf courses in that entire area. It's an 18-hole championship course. And then if you cross over 435 and head up Renner Road, here's where the fun continues on. You're going to hit Shawnee Mission Park. Shawnee Mission Park includes 1,655 acres, and that includes 120 acres of lake. There's a swimming beach and a marina where you can fish and rent kayaks. Then there's 11 shelters, and this park is such a great place to go. I mean, you'll enjoy nature, and you'll have access to even see some of those horseback riders coming through the park. There's lovely scenery where people could come and take pictures. There's some bridges there. You can even rent a bike and go bike riding in one of the bike trails, and then they also have some hiking trails through there as well. This park is fantastic and certainly a lovely place to go if you are a nature enthusiast. Now, I mentioned that there might be a few gems that I talk about today, and of course, Shawnee Mission Park is not necessarily a gem, but there is something in Shawnee Mission Park that is a gem that you might not know about. Well, inside Shawnee Mission Park is a remote control airfield. It's in the park. And not only that, but you can take lessons there. And there's even this like cute little runway that's there. So if you are into remote control airplanes, you've got to check this out. Take some lessons and enjoy something very different that you might not thought about at all. And also too, Shawnee Mission Park is a very special place in my heart. My husband took me to Shawnee Mission Park on our very first date, and we had a picnic there and saw some horses go by and just was able to be there for several hours just getting to know each other. And then 6 months later, he took me to the front entrance of Shawnee Mission Park, and that is where he proposed to me. So Shawnee Mission Park has a very special place in my heart, and you can feel it in the way that I talk about it because it's just so nice. And then also too, Shawnee Mission Park has this really cool place called the Theater in the Park. You can actually go and watch shows outside on your blanket or on your lawn chair. And they also have the Blue Curtain Project, which is this educational experience for kids. So when I talk about homeschooling, this whole area is just rich with all kinds of things to do, places to go, a world of things to experience for your family, whether you're homeschooled or not. But I just mentioned homeschooling because we did. And then there's also another park. We're going to start heading east into the eastern part of Shawnee. Now, we're going to find a place called Swarner Park. This is another place that we would go when the kids were younger. There's a baseball diamond where kids can play on. There's a play area, a stocked fishing pond, and this is another gem that you might not have known about. It's got a skate park as well. Shawnee also has several aquatic centers. So if you keep traveling east into Shawnee, there's an aquatic center with an 8-lane competition pool, a lazy river, and so much more. My kids loved this place when they were little. And believe it or not, Shawnee actually has another aquatic center. It's called Splash Cove, and it's near the old downtown Shawnee area, and it's at the Jim Allen Aquatic Center. Then there's also 2 splash pads in the Shawnee area. Now, I will say this, that Splash Cove is something that my kids really, really like a lot when they were little, but Splash Cove is kind of geared more towards a very relaxing day, or if your kids are a littler, if your kids are younger, then that is a place to go to them. But the other aquatic center, that one is actually a little more conducive for older kids. Then they do have this little area where they block off for the babies, but the whole entire Splash Cove is really geared more towards the youngers. So when I say that Shawnee is really for everyone, I hope that I proved that because it's so true. You've got golfers can do something in Shawnee. You've got the nature enthusiasts. They have lots of parks, and Shawnee Mission Park where you can go and kayak and feed the ducks if you want. And then you've got the equine community there that you can go horseback riding if you want. Then you've got your soccer and all the sports there. I'm telling you, Shawnee has so much to offer for all walks of life. So once you've worked up all of your appetite and all of these fun places to go, it's time to go grab something fun to eat. And I'm going to tell you another little gem that you probably haven't been yet, or if you are new to the area, don't know a whole lot about, but that's Fritz's Railroad Restaurant. This restaurant is more than just a place to go and get a great burger. It is fun and delightful for all ages because your meal actually will get delivered directly to your table from this restaurant-wide railroad. And it actually expanded from its original location in Kansas City, Kansas. And the original location dates back to the 1920s. The original owners, I believe his name is Joe. His son's name is Fritz. And when he grew up, he wanted to carry on the name. And he is still a part of the Fritz's restaurant chain right now. It's still family owned and operated. And Kansas City loves this story and this business. So you've got to check out the Fritz's restaurant. Another really great restaurant is Nick and Jake's. And then we've got Hereford House and Blind Box Barbecue. I can't not mention any of these cities without mentioning some of the barbecue places. So there's this overall vibe about Shawnee. So you can get kind of that vibe. You can get sort of what's going on in this city. Now let's talk about the housing. At the time of this recording, the average sales price in Shawnee was $510,747 for a 4-bedroom, 2 full bath house with about 2633 square feet. The homes are actually selling faster in Shawnee than they do in, say, Overland Park, because the homes are selling on average of about 29 days versus about 42 days in Overland Park. Now, Shawnee boasts this diverse neighborhood feel. There's various different styles of homes, various different budgets. I will say that Western Shawnee, like the zip code of 66226, it's known for some of the newer developments and kind of that family-friendly community where the median list prices around in that area can be around $600,000. Then you've got Central Shawnee, where you've got 66216 zip code. And this offers like more of the established neighborhoods. There's more mature trees. There's older homes. You'll find more ranch style homes in this. And the median list price is in the mid 400s in this area. So whether you're seeking, like some modern amenities on the western side, or you're wanting some homes that have a little bit more of a classic charm, you can find the neighborhood anywhere you want in Shawnee. And Shawnee is continually growing. We do have some developments that are definitely some things to watch. You've got Westbrook Green, which is this mixed use project at 75th and Quivira, and it's going to bring some new retail and residential spaces there. And then you've got Marigold Plaza, where they're revitalizing the downtown with shops and eateries and some places to go and eat. Then you've got Johnson County Streetscape project, and this is going to hopefully enhance the walkability and the aesthetics of the downtown area. So if you're anything like me and my husband, you care about your family, and you're probably considering your education options as well. Now, I will tell you this, that Shawnee has 2 different school districts that they feed into. The central part of Shawnee feeds into the Shawnee Mission School District, and then that western part of Shawnee feeds into the DeSoto School District. Both of those schools are very solid. DeSoto School District is actually ranked as the 2nd best school district in the entire state of Kansas. And then they also are ranked very high as number 6 in the whole state of Kansas when it comes to athletics. And then according to niche.com, Shawnee Mission is number 5 in the state of Kansas and number 20 out of 263 in athletics in the state of Kansas. You can't go wrong in either one of these schools. They're ranked very high and have great options for you when it comes to programs. Now, when we were raising our kids, we wanted to homeschool for a portion of the growing up years. If you are wanting to homeschool as well, there's some great options, including the Lawrence School District that feeds into the Kansas areas. You don't have to live in Lawrence to tap into the Lawrence School District and their homeschooling program. They actually provide online curriculum and a laptop and a community for people who are various homeschooled families throughout the area. In fact, that's what we did with our middle daughter. We tapped into the Lawrence School District and allowed her to homeschool with some of their curriculum. And so that was part of our season of homeschooling. The other part of our season was we also participated with Maranatha Academy with our oldest daughter. And Maranatha Academy is a private Christian school that is in the heart of Shawnee. So we were able to have her go there, and then she graduated from Maranatha Academy. Parents, if you want to get hyper local with either one of these school districts, then let me know. Don't hesitate to reach out because we can talk about some of these things. Me and my husband fostered for about 3 years. Now, we also have experience with the DeSoto school districts when it comes to the public education. And the reason why is because my husband and I, for about 3 years, fostered kids. And the kids that we fostered, there was one in elementary school, one in middle school, and one in high school at the time. And so we have experience with the schools that were there and that fed into our family. And so our foster kids went to the public school system and had a great time. And Mill Valley and those surrounding elementary schools are high rated, and we didn't have any issues really with them. So they were going to public schools. My kids were homeschooled, the little ones were, and then my oldest daughter was at Maranatha Academy. So we had a very full and exciting life. And not only that, but the foster kids played soccer and basketball, and my daughter played softball, and my youngest son played soccer as well. So we were very full in our schedule, and it was very, very fun. And we didn't have to leave the area very much at all. So here are my final thoughts. Shawnee, Kansas offers a dynamic real estate market a diverse neighborhood selection, and then also to a thriving community of so much to do. So whether you are a first-time home buyer or whether you're looking to maybe relocate to Shawnee, I believe that Shawnee deserves a spot on your short list. So if you're considering a move to Shawnee, Kansas, or you just have some questions about the area, drop a comment below or feel free to reach out to me directly. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more real estate insights that I will be bringing. If you're still not sure what city or what area of the Kansas City metropolitan area is right for you, I totally understand. Feel free to connect with us. We can have a Zoom call and go over the map. I'll pull up Google Maps and you can start to ask questions about lifestyle, and we can go through a deeper dive in some certain areas, and we can help you narrow down the neighborhoods that actually will fit you best. So no pressure at all. My clients, though, they absolutely love this. I've had tons of Zoom calls where we talk about the process of buying, we talk about neighborhoods, we talk about various areas around Kansas City, and also too is just a chance for me to get to know you better so that we as a team can work towards a common real estate goal, and that is for you to move here to Kansas City and to love the life that you live. So don't forget, there's a link to my calendar below. And at the end of the day, it's really not about Kansas City and what state is the best, whether it's Kansas or Missouri, or whether it's, North Kansas City, or whether it's Overland Park or Lee Summit or Shawnee or whatever. It's really about you winning by choosing this city that aligns with your ideal lifestyle and where you want to be at with your community. And I also believe that God is a part of your journey. He's a part of the process, and I 100% know that it's an important decision to make when you are moving. And I hope and pray that if this is the decision, then I look forward to helping you along the journey. So if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and go out and live your best Kansas City life.